In this module, I'm going to talk about custom measurement, measurements that are taken on some of your parts that don't necessarily need to be taken with the Faro arm, but like say on this drawing here, or on this part here, it's a casting that went through a machining process, but maybe on the drawing there's a dimension that's from this radius, or this part of the casting, all the way back to this part of the casting. And the tolerances are so generous on the drawing that we can get away with putting on a tape measure just to check that out. So what we'd end up doing is to get that output into our same report as all of the dimensional stuff that we've been measuring with a Faro arm. What we can do is we can come right up here to the Measure pull-down menu, Custom. When I click on this, I can just hand key in a measurement that was either taken with a vernier calipers, with a dial indicator, or even a tape measure. So we can input in here, we'll say that it is, and I don't even know what that dimension is, but I'll say 450 millimeters. And then I'll just say enter there. And the results box comes up here. I will change the label then to say overall width of casting. Okay. If I wanted to at this point, I can also put in a nominal. I can say, okay, the nominal then, I will hand key that in. We'll say that the nominal was supposed to be 438 millimeters. When I say okay, it comes up with my nominal overall width of the casting as being 438. That's what we hand keyed in. Say okay to that. And then what we could do is say, okay, what does that actually show then? Well, it's showing me that my measured value of 450 came a little bit thick out of that dimension. It was supposed to be 438, but yet I'm showing 450. So that casting in that area is a little bit wide. But we'll say that the tolerance in there was pretty generous too. We'll just go to the Tolerances tab here, and we'll say that tolerance, I'm double clicking here on the upper spec. We'll say that is 25 millimeters for an upper tolerance and minus 25 millimeters on the lower tolerance. I'll run back over here to the Report tab and take a look. Oh, okay, we're in spec. Look at that. So 438 is what it's comparing it to. 450 is what I measured with the tape measure, but yet it's within the tolerance that I just specified as a plus or minus 25 millimeters. So then I'll say okay, and I'll go up to Review Features a second, and I'll show you how that shows up. Actually showing up right here, the overall width of a casting, and it says it's a measured custom. What I like to do with the custom dimensions, what I'd like to do is I like to add some notes in there. I go to the Notes tab in Review Features then and just say, this dimension for the overall width of the casting was taken using a tape measure or vernier caliper or whatever you use to take that, but at least it's tracked in my data, and the method of measurement was captured here in this notes section. So that's what I wanted to show you with the custom measurement. And again, it can be used for anything numerical. You can't use yes or no criteria. It's got to be a dimensional value. It's got to be a measured value. So again, you can take it with a tape measure or calipers or a torque wrench or some other way of getting that data into your report.